Today, Celebrity Cruises made a really big announcement, so I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to let you know what I think about it and what we need to look for with it. Next up, what cruise line do you want to be on February 14th if you want to be able to renew your vows at sea? Next up, we're going to be talking about how 2025 is shaping up with respect to some of the things we've been talking about here lately with pricing on cruises, demand for cruises, how many cabins are available for people to book, and I've got some thoughts on that, and it'll help us know some things to watch for. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday. It is January 28th of 2025. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please go ahead and click on that subscribe button? And if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Thank you so very much. Now let's start at the top talking about Celebrity. Today, Royal Caribbean had their earnings call, and usually with that come any big announcements that they want to make. So Celebrity Cruises, which is part of Royal Caribbean Corp, announced that they have on order now 10 riverboats, and they are expecting them to start sailing on the rivers of Europe in 2027, and they have not released a date yet, but they said that the bookings will open for those cruises this year in 2025. So the really interesting thing to me about this is we have Celebrity, which is clearly an ocean cruise line, and they are wanting to get in the market with river cruises. For a little while now, Royal Caribbean has teased that they were going to go ahead and make some smaller ships. Is this what they're talking about? We don't really know, so we'll have to stick around and find out. But this is going to be a little bit of a game changer, I think, on the rivers, and I think it's going to hopefully open up this little niche because we already have really strong contenders in the river market cruise. So first of all, let me tell you what Celebrity is using as their tagline for this new undertaking they've got. They say, and remember that when they do earnings calls, when the president of a company talks, they are all about showing confidence in what they're doing. They want their shareholders to feel confident. They want them to buy more stock. They want them to hold their stock and not sell it. And so remember that they can kind of say whatever they want to say. So Jason Liberty, who is the president and CEO of Royal Caribbean Group, said, "We are the best in the world at delivering the vacation of a lifetime, and this is the latest example of how we are building the capabilities to deliver a lifetime of vacations." So they talk about how they want to make it so that their guests who sail on Celebrity, who want to go on a river cruise, can just sail on Celebrity on the rivers. And would I do that exact move over if I sailed on Celebrity? No. It's because there is so much variety in what's offered on the rivers. So let me tell you the things that stuck out to me the very most. So first of all, during that earnings call, Royal Caribbean said that the target for their stock is $275 a share. When I looked at it a few minutes ago, just before I did this video, the stock was at $268.44. And so if their confidence remains strong, things go the way they think, I think that they will definitely surpass that $275 target without a problem. They're already within striking distance of that. The next thing that really stood out for me is a quote, also from the press release, and they said, "Celebrity Cruises will bring the quality and sophistication of the Edge Service ocean ships to the most iconic rivers starting in Europe." And so it's really interesting when you talk about quality and sophistication in the market that Celebrity is sitting in right now in the ocean cruises, and you compare that to the true quality and sophistication that already exists on the rivers, there's a big difference. So you think of sailing on a huge cruise ship, even if you're there in that retreat, your experience is going to be really different there than it is on the highest quality and sophisticated river boats that are out there. And so it's going to be really fun to see how they do that niche. When you look at river cruises that are available, There are some that are just run by European companies there. They are very much like your little hotel on the river. You're going to have, your stateroom is going to be fine. The food is going to be fine. The service will be fine. Everything will be good. But it'll be just much more of, not a bare bones, but much more basic experience. And then you move along, and then you start hitting your Viking and your Avalon and your Amaways and your Uniworld and all of these. And it's a whole different ball game from what those smaller ones are. So I'm wondering if Celebrity, based on what they now supply on the oceans, will be sliding in there, or if they are really going to take a big step up and compete with your Avalons and your Alma Waterways. And it's going to be interesting to see it. I'm really excited because it's always fun when a new player enters the market. So am I going to try Celebrity on the Rivers? Probably so. I can't imagine not, because I'm going to want to know how that compares. This makes me even more excited to try Viking this summer. I am really excited about what Viking is doing. Viking does a really good job of telling their story and of sharing what they've got available on a daily basis with people, and I love that about them. So I'm really excited. And then the other thing that really stands out to me, I'm really excited. Like, are they going to, when they talk about bringing their Edge class ship experience to the rivers, are we going to see casinos on the river? What are those ships going to look like? How many guests are they going to have? I'm really excited to hear more of the details as they start to roll out, and I will keep you up to date. I'll let you know when we learn that we're going to be able to start booking those for anybody who wants to be able to book and be one of the first cruisers on a Celebrity River cruise. I just am one of those people. I hope you can tell that about me. I like to try all the different things, and I really like all the different options that are out there, because there is truly something for everyone. And I think that with Celebrity going into the rivers, that opportunity is just going to expand, and there will be something new to try, and there will be something that someone was looking for and hadn't found before in the rivers, no matter what it is. So it's just really exciting. Let me know down in the comments, would you go on a Celebrity River cruise? Let me know what you're thinking. And let me know too if you're thinking about even going on a river cruise. There's a lot to think about when you're considering what cruise line to go on for the rivers. And so, and we've got our group cruise on the Christmas markets this December, and that's on Alma Waterways. And I very specifically chose that itinerary. I chose that ship for a reason, and it's going to be grand. So it's just really exciting. Okay, February 14th, Valentine's Day, is just around the corner. And Carnival Cruises, for the last few years, every year they do a vow renewal and they make it available on board all their ships. And they are going to do that again this year in 2025. So last year in 2024 was the biggest year they ever had of doing the vow renewal. So this year, Shaquille O'Neal is going to be doing it again, and it is going to be done remotely, in other words, by video. And so it's going to depend on which Carnival ship you're on, like what time your sail away is. If you happen to sail away on February 14th this year is a Friday. And so check, if you get on a Carnival ship and you want to participate in the vow renewal, make sure you track down that information right off so that you don't miss anything. And if any of you are going to be on a Carnival ship or take part in that, will you please let us know? I think it would be really fun to see photos, or at least share your experience with us so we know what to think about for 2026. Maybe someone would like to do that. And I will keep my ear out for other cruise lines, other ships doing vow renewals as well. I just think that's a really fun part of Valentine's Day. I really like Valentine's Day. And let me know too, have you ever renewed your vows at sea? It's kind of fun because cruise lines, not only on Valentine's Day, they offer so many different kind of packages and all these kind of options. You can get engaged, you can renew your vows, you can get married, just all of these different options. So let me know if you've done any of that. But I'm really excited to hear about how this goes. And then finally, let's talk about lately we've been talking a lot about how long can the prices stay high. We've noticed the prices in cruising going up. Every once in a while, though, you can find a really great deal, so keep looking. And every once in a while, I see something and I'm like, there is a really good deal. So you kind of have to look around, look on the shoulder seasons for places, and see what you can find. But there are still good deals out there. Don't think that there are no good deals out there. But for 2025, if you can believe it or not, there are going to be 8 new cruise ships coming to oceans. That's a really big deal, especially when you consider the number of big ships and new ships that we have gotten in the last few years. It's amazing to me that as we keep bringing more and more capacity online, it keeps filling up. So it'll be interesting to see how long this is sustained. But let me tell you what the 8 ships are, and excitingly enough, Princess is in that mix. And so of all the cruise ships that are coming this year, we have some that'll be sister ships to some of the biggest ships ever built. We've got just a lot in the mix. They're introducing new things on board. And let's start off right there with the Norwegian Aqua. The Norwegian Aqua is going to sail for the first time on March 28th, and she is actually their first ship in what they're calling their Prima Plus category of ships there at Norwegian. And so she is going to actually be 10% bigger than the Norwegian Prima class that they have been building in the past. They are going to have the brand new Aqua slide coaster, which is supposed to be kind of a combination of a water slide and a roller coaster on board. And they are going to have a completely plant-based restaurant. It's going to be called the Plantery. This reminds me of like Eden on Celebrity. It's all plant-based food. It's actually really good. So I'm really excited to see how that shapes up with Norwegian. Next up, we've got the MSC World America that I was telling you about yesterday. She is going to sail on April 12th. She's going to accommodate 5,200 passengers at double occupancy, so she can hold more than that. But when all the cabins are filled with 2 guests, that's 5,200 people. I forgot to tell you, the Norwegian Aqua has 3,600 guest capacity at double occupancy. But so we've got that. The next up, we've got the Oceania Allura, which is in your luxury category. 1,200 guests will be able to be accommodated on that ship. And Oceania is known for the food. They are going to continue with a focus on their culinary offerings. And then Star of the Seas, which is a sister ship to Icon of the Seas. So she's going to be huge, like Icon of the Seas. She'll be able to hold 5,600 passengers at double occupancy. So it'll be, I'm sure, over 6,000 by the time they get, like if 3rd and 4th guests are sailing in all the cabins that they've got that option. They're going to tweak things a little bit, which I love from how things are on Icon of the Seas. So on the Icon of the Seas, you've got the Empire Supper Club, which is a special dining venue. And instead of doing the Empire Supper Club, the Star of the Seas is going to have a 1930s Chicago-based, Chicago-inspired Lincoln Park Supper Club, And they are actually going to expand the age range that they're going to do in their Surfside area and everything. So I think that's great for families. Next up, we've got the Brilliant Lady, 2,750 guests on board there at double occupancy. When we hear about Virgin, which is who owns Brilliant Lady, that you always think adults only, but one of the things that really just stands out to me about the Brilliant Lady, so listen to me about this if you're wanting to sail Virgin, give them a try, or go to some of the destinations. It's really big that Virgin is going to be going to Alaska in 2026, so they have designed the Brilliant Lady very specifically to be able to sail in Alaska and through the Panama Canal. So your world just got a little bit wider there if you enjoy Virgin voyages, or they're on your list to try. Our very own Star Princess, that inaugural we're going to sail on is October 4th of 2024, round trip Barcelona, and at double occupancy, she will hold 4,300 guests. And one thing that stood out to me, and so much of what they're doing with the Star Princess is like they've done with the Sun Princess, but they are making O'Malley's a little bit bigger. And you know what? Kudos on that, because everybody seems to love O'Malley's. They have great music, great performances there, and they also have really good food. It's very much like pub food. When we went there on what ship was it? The Enchanted Princess at the beginning of September there on the Love Boat cruise. They have this stack of onion rings, and they were really, really good. So, but that's not all they have. They have lots of other things you can choose, but that's what I chose. One thing that stands out is they are automatically putting in a pickleball court, which makes me think they are sticking with their slightly older demographic for that. Like, not old, not like Holland America calls their demographic silver. Princesses is not there, but you look at the popularity of pickleball with a certain age range there, they're sticking with that. And then Celebrities Excel is going to sail on November 18th, which will be its next Edge class ship. And just earlier, they announced this year that they're ordering another Edge class ship. And so Celebrity is on fire with what they're ordering. Just putting that out there. The new Excel will hold 3,250 guests, and those ships are beautiful. If you went with me and followed along when I showed you the things on the Celebrity Ascent when I was just on her in November, she's an absolutely beautiful ship. Really enjoyed it. I was not crazy about the infinite balcony. That didn't strike me as something that I would particularly want to do again, but it wasn't bad. I still got to go on a cruise on a beautiful ship and had a magnificent time. Finally, we've got the Disney Destiny is going to come online November 20th is when she'll start sailing, and she'll hold 2,500 passengers at double occupancy. I would say, I bet she is at that more of the time, because so often families like to sail, so you'll get that third and fourth guests in the stateroom. But with all of this happening, and by the way, that's going to be more of their what do they call it? Their heroes and villains focus on that ship. They're going to have a special venue on board to do with Cruella de Vil from Henry and Dalmatian, so that's kind of fun. But anyway, just thought I would bring you up to date. So what do I kind of think is hopefully going to happen with pricing? The prices for the new ships are always the highest because that's the latest and greatest, and people are willing to pay more for the luxury of being able to sail on the newest ship all the time. But having said that, there are still some windows of time that you can get a lower price on some of the newer ships. I did notice, like when I chose our group cruise on the Sun Princess sailing November 29th, 2026, by then she will be a whole year older, the Sun Princess will, but still brand new, still that whole new experience for everybody to try. But it's a much cheaper week. The Christmas decorations are going to be up, but it is the least expensive week in that time there. So I chose that. So as you look forward to these new ships coming online, start keeping an eye. Maybe you didn't want to pay how much it cost to go on Icon of the Seas when she was brand new, but as we bring the Star of the Seas online, the prices will start to go down a little bit on some of the other ships. I don't see at this point, nobody is forecasting that the demand for cruising is going to fall, so we'll just keep watching that closely and doing our best to go when we can go. So thanks for joining me today. I'm really excited to read your comments. Let me look forward to knowing what ship you're excited to sail on of all these ones that are being released, and just what you're thinking about everything. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.